I've been scrolling through social media lately and I'm seeing so many pictures of parents with their children who just graduated high school. They're on senior trips, they're hosting these beautiful open houses, and they're celebrating every award and every success. And while I am genuinely happy for them, I also know that for some of you watching those posts, there's a different kind of feeling you're experiencing. I want to talk to you, the mother whose child was supposed to graduate this year. But for whatever struggles or interruptions in life that were thrown your way, they didn't cross the stage with their class. Maybe they're in summer school right now. Maybe they've had to step away for a bit, or maybe they're looking at another full year of high school. I want to talk to you, and I want to talk to the grandparents, the aunts, the uncles, and the friends of that mother. Because right now, you and your child need support, and you need to know that you aren't alone in this. I know this feeling personally. As a mother of 5, 3 of my children did what we called in our house the 5th-year senior route. They did graduate, but they stumbled a bit in high school. They needed a little more time or a little encouragement, maybe just a little more space to grow up. And you know what? Those same 3 children are all currently taking college classes and doing well. The other 2 children who checked all the boxes and graduated right on time, they're also doing very well. But I've been in those shoes where the path didn't look like everyone else's. And that's okay. Welcome to And That's Okay, the podcast that empowers you to master your emotional world. I'm Lisa Renee Scott, your host and a passionate believer that every feeling is a signal and every signal holds power. In a world that often tells us to ignore or dismiss our emotions, I'm here to remind you that whatever you're feeling, it's for a reason, and that's okay. Let's just sit with this for a second and be real. When everyone else is blowing up on your social media with joy and celebrations, it can make you feel invisible. It can make you feel like your child's struggle is something maybe you have to hide. And that brings up maybe disappointment. You might even feel a sense of embarrassment or doubt in your parenting skills, wondering if you did something wrong or if your child is going to be okay. I remember those feelings so clearly with my kids. But I have to be honest with you. Back then, I didn't have the name it, claim it, navigate it framework. I wish I did. I wish I had understood back then what my children were actually dealing with, what they were feeling, and what they were trying so desperately to express. But I wasn't equipped with those tools yet. I was just trying to keep my head above water, reacting to all the stress instead of navigating the emotions. Looking back now, I can see exactly where I was stuck because I didn't have a way to process what was happening. We're going to work through this together today using this framework because I want you to have the tools I didn't have then so that you can move through this season in a healthy way. The first thing we have to do is name it. We can't just say I'm stressed or I'm fine. No, we have to be specific because the more specific you become, the easier it becomes to navigate. I want to encourage you right now to identify the specific feeling. Are you saying to yourself, I'm embarrassed? I'm angry this happened? I'm grieving the experience I expected to be sharing with my child during this season? I'm afraid for my child's future. I'm exhausted. I'm comparing my family to everyone else's. When my kids were going through that 5th year, I was drowning in a cloud of worry, but I couldn't put my finger on it. If I had known how to name it then, I may have realized I was actually terrified of what other people would think. I was naming fear and shame without even knowing it. When you name it specifically, you can stop fighting a vague cloud of bad feelings and start identifying the actual obstacles. So what is it for you right now? Name it, because you can't address what you haven't identified. Now, we have to claim it. This is the part where we put shame aside for a second and get real. You can't work with or navigate something that you don't own. If you're busy pretending you aren't hurt or embarrassed, you're using all your energy on the mask instead of the healing. Validation is so important here. You are allowed to feel these things. Claiming it means saying, yes, I am feeling this way, and I'm not going to hide it from myself anymore. Back when my kids were struggling, I spent so much time trying to fix the situation so I wouldn't have to feel the embarrassment. But if I had claimed it, if I had just said, I'm embarrassed that my kid isn't graduating on time, and that's okay, I would have had so much more peace. Claiming it means you stop the feeling from becoming a secret that has power over you. You own the feeling, so the feeling stops owning you. Now, this is where the real work happens, in the navigate it portion of the framework. These are specific, simple action steps to help you move forward. And I want to be clear about why we do these, because if you don't see the purpose, you won't do the work. But before we dive into the steps, I want to share a powerful realization I wish I had had sooner. Your child may be struggling just as much as you are. While you're feeling disappointment and the invisibility, they are likely carrying their own heavy burden. They're dealing with their own shame for not being where they should be. Maybe embarrassment when they see their friends' graduation posts. Comparison that makes them feel behind in life. Fear that they've fundamentally disappointed you and the rest of the family. When you realize that you're both in the same storm, it changes how you approach the work. Action step number 1. You have the name it, claim it, navigate it conversation with your child. This is the most vital step. You need to sit down with them, not to lecture, but to listen and help them name what they are feeling. Are they feeling behind? Are they afraid of the future? Let them claim it without shame or judgment. The reason this is so important is that your child is likely drowning in their own unnamed emotions. And now that you are equipped with this framework, you can be the life raft that they need. You're teaching them that their feelings aren't wrong. They're just signals that need to be navigated. Action step number 2 is shift the focus to the now and celebrate whatever effort that there is. Stop looking at the graduation pictures on Facebook for a minute and look at your own child. What are they doing right now? Maybe they're just showing up for a semi-credit. Maybe they're just getting out of bed because that's all that they can do in the moment. We focus on the now because living in the what should have been is just a recipe for resentment. By celebrating the small current efforts, you build the momentum that they need to actually finish. Action step number 3, embrace the unique timeline. Everyone's journey looks a little bit different, and that's okay. My 3 fifth-year kids are proof of that. They didn't finish in the traditional 4, but they're in college and thriving now. The reason we have to embrace this is that the traditional timeline is just arbitrary, not a measure of your child's worth or your success as a mother. And when you stop measuring them against everyone else's yardstick, you finally give them the room to grow at their own pace. Number 4, find your safe harbor people. Reach out to a friend or family member who will just listen and validate you. You need this because isolation breeds shame. When you share your named and claimed feelings with someone safe, the embarrassment loses its grip. You need space where you don't have to be on or perfect or showing a highlight reel. As we close out, I want you to just take a breath. I want you to really feel the air in your lungs and the ground under your feet. This isn't only about your child. This is about you, Mama. And I know you're carrying a lot. I know you might be looking back and wondering where things went wrong, or feeling like you're standing in the shadows while everyone else is in the sun. But I want you to hear me. You are not in the shadows. You are in the work. You are in the deep, messy, beautiful trenches of parenting a child who needs a different kind of support. And that is some of the most important work you will ever do. It's okay that you didn't have all the answers before. It's okay that you're learning as you go. I want you to look at your child today, not through the lens of a missed graduation, but through the lens of their unique potential. They are more than a cap and gown. They are a whole person, a whole future ahead of them. And even if it starts looking a little different than you imagined, give yourself the same grace you're trying to give them. You are doing a good job. You are a good mother. And your family's story is still being written. It's going to be okay. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of And That's Okay. I hope our conversation left you feeling validated, empowered, and equipped with practical steps to name it, claim it, and navigate it in your own life. If you have found value in today's message, please subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with someone who needs to hear that their feelings are valid too. And if you're ready to dive deeper into transforming your emotional landscape, you'll definitely want to grab a copy of my book, And That's Okay. It's available on Amazon or through my website. Just check the link in my bio or the captions of this episode. For daily inspiration and reflections and more tools to support your growth, come connect with me on social media. I'd love to hear how you are applying the Name It, Claim It, Navigate It framework in your own life. Before we wrap up, a quick reminder. I'm not a licensed doctor or a therapist. I'm simply sharing experiences and insights that have helped me and countless others along the way. My mission is to empower you with tools, not replace professional medical advice. Remember, whatever you're feeling or going through, you have feelings, and that's okay.